everyone, it's Dr. Megan Buning with FSU Coach, and I'm here with Figure It Out Baseball. And I wanted to take a minute to talk to you about the mental game. Why do you need to focus on mental performance? What even is mental performance? And so this is kind of that video that hopefully tries to explain to you what that mental game is and how you can work on it and why it's so important. So I was out working in the yard. We've just moved into this house that you kind of see behind me. And as I was working, I started to notice something about the house and I think can apply to helping you see why your mental game is important. Okay, so before I get to this, I want you to think about if you've ever been in a game or at practice and you've just blown it, or you've been in a slump and you just are having a hard time getting out of the slump, or after you've blown something or lost a game, you're kind of feeling down on yourself and how long are you able to get back? Have you ever even reached your peak performance? Have you ever performed where you just feel like this is it? Like for me right now, this is where I need to be. And if you haven't, then that's okay because you're still working some things out and you may not be there yet. But what I want you to start noticing is, what are you saying to yourself? What is your mental approach when you have those moments? Because it's in your moments where you're not doing well is when you're really going to be able to tell how strong your mental game is. But as with everything, even like when you learn a skill or learn how to hit or throw or something like that, or even rules of the game, there has to be some sort of foundation. So I'll take pitching because I was a pitcher. If my mechanics were solid, then I could go on and learn how to build into more advanced pitches. So we always started with the fastball because the fastball mechanics were your solid foundational mechanics. Then I could learn my curveball, my drop ball, my changeup, my rise ball, my screwball, because I knew that everything else that I was supposed to doing, I wasn't going to get hurt, and I was using my body in the most efficient way. Okay? Your mental game is the same way. You've got to build a solid foundation so that as you move on, you can start thinking about strategy. You know how to, when you have a negative thought, get past that. You know that when you blow a game or kick a call, that you know how to bounce back from that and not let yourself get into that slump. Or if you do get into a slump, you know how to pull yourself out. And that's the advantage that elite athletes have over almost everybody else. A lot of times it's not the physical, it's how they are with their mental. So I was out in the yard working on this house that we just bought not too long ago, and there were some things that I noticed that I want to show you that could pertain to your mental game. First thing I want to show you is this house. The siding of it is not regular siding. This is made out of some material, I don't know the name of it, but it's some material that doesn't rot. It doesn't weather. It's built to be around for a very long time. So it's got a solid kind of external foundation. But here's what else I noticed is that when I ran around the side of the house, this part of the house is called the trim. And at the bottom of it, look what I found. And it's almost all over the house. This part is made out of wood, and this is called wood rot. So what happens is over time, the water and the elements get to that wood and it rots, and it makes it to where we're gonna have to replace or repair all of the parts that are made out of wood. So what we know now is that wood is not really a great material to build a foundation or parts of a house because of that, because we're gonna have to go in and replace and repair. And your mental game is the same way. If your mental game, the way you approach yourself and your performance is not solid and made out of solid techniques and thoughts, then it's either going to crumble and not be a good foundation to build on, or you're going to have to go back and replace and repair some of those tools and tricks and techniques that you were using to try to get you to that peak performance. And so what I want to work with you on is understanding what the mental game is and showing you tips and techniques that you can use to help get you through some of those difficult times so that when you are performing well, you can roll with it and keep building instead of keep sliding. Build, slide, build, slide. And so we're going to work on this mental game together. I'm Dr. Megan Buning with FSU Coach.